sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. On the Giants sideline, it is Brian Daboll trying to turn things around. Playoffs 2 years ago, very disappointing 3-14 mark a year ago. On the other side, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Giants, and Greg, it is the latest stop for Russell Wilson. A decade and a Super Bowl in Seattle, 2 years in Denver, last year in Pittsburgh, and now Russell Wilson is the Giants QB.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, all right, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for a third down and 5. The shotgun. Wilson taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And that is incomplete. Wandale Robinson, the one he was looking for that time. And now it's 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. So here come the Commanders, and they are led by the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2024. Greg, it was such a good rookie campaign for Jaden Daniels out of LSU. A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Eckler. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Commanders 1st down.
They run this straight ahead with Eckler. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
Working
10.
out of the gun, it's Daniels. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Running right up the gut, it's Eckler. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2.
Brings up second down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. And he'll take it on in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Commander. For Daniels, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. First touchdown pass of his sophomore season. Matt Gay on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This returnable from the 4. He'll get this past its way before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Giants, and here's a team that really needs to start going in the right direction. They've had double-digit losses 7 of the last 8 years, including 3 and 14 a year ago. So what are the pieces to start getting this thing in a much more positive direction?
Well, I think on the positive side, Mike, I think at least on the defensive side of the ball, you're seeing them really start to accumulate some top-tier defensive players. They're young, they're athletic, they're fast, so that's a good thing. But now on the offensive side of the ball, they probably have one of the most interesting quarterback rooms in the entire league, right? They got Jameis Winston, they got Russell Wilson, they draft Jackson Dart. So the question is Russell Wilson the Week 1 starter and the Week 18 starter, or is he just on a short leash until they feel they can get the young rookie up to speed? So I think there's a lot of questions for Brian Daboll and this offensive staff. Who's the quarterback? Is it the short term? Is it the long term? And if so, is one of those quarterbacks capable of competing in the NFC East?
First down, New York.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up second and 7. At the Commanders' 32-yard line.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy. Some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Here's Wilson. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So these screenplays, they always seem so commonplace. They seem a little bit routine, right, Mike? But really, for them to work, there's a huge, significant timing element to it where the offensive line, the back, you can't be downfield too early, but you can't go too late. There's so many reps and reps that allow certain teams to be really good at the screen game and allow certain teams to just never really get their screen game off the ground.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. Here's a run. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
A gain of 7. Brings up second and goal.
Scatterboo. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and They come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're on top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Commanders, and could anything change in a year the way everything around Washington did? Coaching, quarterback play, future of the franchise, it all just turned around off that great season. Now they got to do it on the field again here this year.
Yeah, and you just can't say enough about Dan Quinn. And you and I, we've sat in a lot of meetings with him over the years, Mike, and when he walks in the room, you just feel good. You feel confident. You feel he's under control. He's just one of those guys that has an aura about him that just makes you say, you know what, that guy's in charge, and I'm just going to go wherever he tells me. And you kind of saw that happen on a roster that I would say was a good roster. They were superstar at quarterback with Jay Daniels, but the rest of their roster still is a work in progress. So as they continue to acquire new players, continue to build that roster around Daniels, I'll tell you what, I think they won 12 last year. I wouldn't be surprised to see them hover around that same number and compete to win in what's a difficult division with the Eagles, but when it comes to the end of the season, I think they're going to be right there with them.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Commanders with the football to begin the second quarter. Here's a 3rd down and 4 as we are ready to get back underway. He gets this one to Samuel. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
His kick is good. And the Commanders will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
And it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jay Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
It has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe, and I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. This one into the hands of Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Now 3rd and 5.
From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. He'll try to get there on the ground.
A gain of 6. And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard
So
line.
from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. That pass play good for 22. First down, Washington.
Commanders first down. 1st and 10.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover. And plays like this just shows how special he can be.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line.
On the zone read, here's Daniels.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Throwing is Daniels. Headed left. He'll try to run for it. On 4th down, the Commanders send out Matt Gay to try the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. That's going to be blocked.
In this situation, Mike, every coach on the sideline is yelling, watch the ball, watch the ball. So this is a gutsy move defensively to sell out and go for that block. Remember, if he times this jump wrong, that's a first down.
The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35, where even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped him. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field a lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Again, Wilson. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Malik Neighbors. 1st and goal, Giants.
They go play action with Wilson. That is caught by the tight end, Daniel Bellinger. Touchdown, New York. For Russell Wilson, career touchdown pass, 351, but number 1 as a New York Giant.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Makes the score Giants 14, Commanders 10.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
Well, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. You got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati admirable? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
Well, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dak will be
trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Giants offense ready to get back at it. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great sign.
It's always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball.
And he will score! Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone. He doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Gano on to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Giants are out to a 21-10 lead.
Commanders 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Austin Eckler and the rest of the Commanders' offense back out onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. Second down and 3.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 34-yard line.
Throwing now, Daniel. He'll step up and run. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
12 more yards. That's another Washington first down. First and 10.
Daniels now on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
That's another Washington Commanders first down.
His kick is good, and the Commanders are able to get it back within a score.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
He'll take it in at the goal line. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our trip around the NFL
for the third quarter.
To kick off
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Washington first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Now pass deep for McClurry. And he will score. Harry McClurry. Touchdown Washington. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Will line up for the two-point conversion.
On play action, Daniels. And that is not going to work. It's incomplete. Trying to tie the game with a two-point conversion, but unable to do so.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Neighbors in motion. Look on the ground, and here's Tracy on 1st down. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. Fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll motion the slot man right. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Slayton. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Giants sending out their punter as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. Now the return. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard line.
To throw is Daniels. Short one there. He's got Ertz. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
And the Commanders' 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A very nice defensive play there. They'll let you complete passes if they're going to end up like that. It's a completion, but a loss of yards. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll throw with Daniel. We're going to set up the screen, but it's broken up and incomplete. They were right there on that one defensively. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. this looks like a design run. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
I think that's just a case of a right call at the wrong time, Mike. You typically want to run a draw in more of an obvious passing situation. In this case, the defense was expecting run, and they're able to just eat up that draw play.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Daniels now going to look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He's trying to get that one to Noah Brown. And that'll set up 4th down.
Field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
His kick is good. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
We'll start at the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. From the 31, here is 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go play action now. Wilson, a very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's 3rd down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble to give them a new set of
Taken
downs.
down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, New York.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. He'll push forward for about a yard. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop.
Down at the 45-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Wilson to throw. Open man is Robinson. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. And
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Commanders' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Taking off, and Daniels will have the 1st down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Washington. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
He's trying to get around the corner, but can't. Going to be run down behind the line. A completion, yes. A loss of yardage? Yes, as well.
brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Trying to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Phillips. And he is going to score! A pick 6 for the touchdown. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick 6 changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
And now you get the pick 6, and right on the heels of that, the offense comes out to go for 2. They'll let their tight end run it, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
It doesn't happen often in the NFL, Mike, but there is nothing better when the entire stadium, the opposing team, everybody knows what play is coming, and they still can't stop it. Man, what a feeling for an offense, and it's exactly the case here.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To begin the drive with Eckler. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Here's Daniel. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
In punt formation for the Commanders.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now a short one. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Commanders come up with the takeaway.
Recovered by the Commanders.
Mike,
and remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a
Previous
replay.
play is under
We
review.
might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Here's Russ. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
First down, Giants.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Wilson. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down mark, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. So now, Graham Gano, the veteran, in another pressure spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. This one has plenty of legs, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Daniels. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 33-yard line.
Throwing now, Daniels. On target, got it to McCurry. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
That's good for a Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10.
Throwing is Daniels. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And they will finally run him down. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Daniels. That's caught by Eckler. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And it looks like he's going to come up just short for the 1st down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. So they'll have to pick it up on 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Eckler. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
A 3-yard
So it's a pretty
loss on the
manageable
play.
third down,
It's
so they
fourth
really
down.
have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Makes the score
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Marshawn Lattimore that time. Up from the secondary. He gets in and records the sack.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
And he's taken down up past the 35. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down.
Now it's Wilson.
39-yard line.
Finding room at midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
The Giants 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Running right up the gut, it's complete. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Short one there. He's got Ertz. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. He keeps it himself. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. As it comes with a minute 25 left to go in the contest. On 1st down, Daniel. That one incomplete. 2nd and 10.
22-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Left side, it's caught by Brown. a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. Here's Daniels. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. He'll go right and find his running back, and he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another Commanders.
Daniels going to throw again. There's Pat Man again, another catch. They face 2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll get up and spike it with exactly 40 seconds to go. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing again, Daniel. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. The return starts from the foul. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over once more. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive, which starts with 1st down. They'll run here. And this will be a Giants 1st down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That ball intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Ole Miss. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
And just what a turn of events, Mike. You have the ball. You're thinking all we need to do is milk the clock, get into field goal range, and win this thing in regulation. But now after that turnover, you find yourself now back trailing, and I'm not sure there's enough time for them to come back.
Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good, and the Commanders will go up by 7.
Makes the score. Commanders 39, Giants 32.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Pass pulled in by Tracy. Here's 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Wilson to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. This one is caught. It is a touchdown. There's a marker down. Let's see if it holds up.
Pass interference. Defense.
as big a call as you can make if you're a head coach. Down one, go for two, go for the win. And he's not gonna get there. They stop him short, and this remains a one-point game. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners, as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.